Hey guys, it's Heather here, and today I'm bringing you my third video for Town Hall 8, Town Hall 7 Dragon Tactics. This video is much more advanced, so be sure you have parts 1 and 2 of Dragons down, plus you have the Hog Rider video down. This video is all about the Hogon, the ultimate dragon hog hybrid attack. What is awesome about this attack is it gives you Town Hall 7s a powerful tool to take on much stronger Town Hall 8s, allowing you to start working on hybrids long before you go to Town Hall 8. This also gives you Town Hall 8s a dragon attack that lets you take on completely maxed Town Hall 8s no problem. The fourth dragon video will be my next video, and that will cover what I like to call BBQ dragons. BBQ is using bolt, quake spells to take down an air defense, and that video is going to include concepts from this video, and these 4 videos combined plus the hog video are going to allow you Town Hall 8s to take down max Town Hall 8s in Clan Wars. This is going to allow you Town Hall 7s to easily take down some tough Town Hall 8s too. Yes, Town Hall 7s, you can use your level 2 hogs on this, just keep them away from the bombs and you're golden. So one of my subs named Michael left a comment on a video saying that he was using half dragons and half hogs with a lot of success. But I just hadn't seen this approach to match bases before. I'd seen mainly hogs with a few dragons as cleanup, and I've shown you the first look at the Hogon in Dragon 2 using just a small pack of hogs for 1 air defense. But not a complete hybrid balance of 2 half armies. So I tried it out myself, first time, max Town Hall 8, 3 stars. And I was hooked. So a few weeks before the September 2015 update, I got the members of my clans working on figuring out the Hogon and what works and what things to look out for. I call it Hogon, and some may call it a Dragrider. Whatever you want to call it, it's half dragon, half hog army with 5 archers, 3 heal spells, and 1 poison. I typically take 5 dragons, 19 hogs, 5 archers, and 5 level 5 hogs in the clan castle, but you can change this up by taking 1 more dragon and 4 less hogs, or whatever you feel is going to work best. 5 to 6 dragons have worked out really well for me. The easier it is to get to the air defenses, the fewer hogs you need to take them down, but as long as you can keep your hogs alive, they can do a massive amount of work on that base. Now remember my Town Hall 8 Go Hope video and the detail I went into on hybrids. How you're going to use this army most effectively is by deploying each half of the army where they have the most power. The goal of the hogs is to get the air defenses down. The goal of the dragons are to take care of the clan castle and clear areas that are dangerous to your hogs. Your archers are very important for luring non-air targeting clan castle troops and for taking down those corner buildings. And the hills are going to allow your hogs to stay alive to take down a huge portion of the defenses. So let's just think about this logically, and you can start to see the powerful possibilities of this attack. And maybe like me, you can say, why haven't we been pushing this attack before? Well, it's here now, and if my clanmates are any indication, it's not going away, especially now with the BBQ option. For you hoggers, you know that 24 hogs on a base with 3 heal spells is going to completely wreck it. However, you also know about those times when your hog attack has never hit the 3 stars. You lost your hogs to a bomb, the skeleton traps were a pain, you simply didn't have enough left of your hogs to do all the cleanup. And for you dragoners, you know that 1 air defense will take out your entire army. But if all the air defenses are down and you still have 5 dragons left, you're good to go. So not much can touch your flying tanks and do such high DPS after that. The only issue you could possibly have at this point is time. Logic says this should be an incredible mashup. So as you're scouting a base to Hogon, you need to look and see where the dangers are for dragons and keep your dragons away from that, and see where the dangers are for hogs and you keep your hogs away from those. You want to use your dragons to take out the dangerous hog areas and your hogs to take down the dangers to your dragons. So the number 1 priority for your hogs is they must take down all 3 air defenses. As you're scouting the base, figure out where the best place is to deploy your hogs by looking for the area with the least amount of open space that's going to lead your hogs to the air defenses. Anywhere there could be giant bombs or springs, avoid that. You're looking for the most compact path in. Remember, you're pathing with hogs. They go to the closest defense. This means you may need to create a defensive funnel for them, deploying them surgically to make sure they go exactly where you need them to go. If you're a Town Hall 7, you have to do this without hitting a giant bomb. So if necessary, send one hog in to check the path. If a side is heavy on the air targeting defenses, like archer towers are packed all in one place of the base, the hogs are going to have to go in there and clear those along with the air defenses. For your dragons, you're looking for the side of the base where they would be the furthest away from the air defenses. Usually there's going to be a corner that's empty because a Town Hall 8 only has 3 air defenses. So that's the #1 concern. Second concern is you don't want to send your dragons directly against the air sweeper. Make sure they're going in the sweeper blind or that your hogs will be able to take it out. The third concern is the archer towers, especially archer towers against a lone dragon. So you want your dragons to favor the cannons, the wizard towers, and the mortars. You also want your dragons going in where there is the highest chance for giant bombs. So your dragons are going to target the parts of the base with the most empty space. You don't want to space your dragons out around the base, but instead have them move together as a wall through the base. Single dragons will get picked off really easy by archer towers and Teslas, so make sure they have a buddy, but they're not so close to that buddy that they're taking down the same buildings together. And yes, each base is different, but those are the kind of things you're looking for to make this attack most successful. So let's go through the steps of this attack. First, you must lure the clan castle with a ground troop. So either a giant or a hog or maybe just a barbarian if that clan castle is exposed and vulnerable and you can get it all out. Typically, it's going to take a hog here and you can use that hog as a scout to either pop Teslas or trigger giant bombs or check your hog deployment path. You essentially have 10 troop spaces to play around with for pulling and luring the clan castle, and then a few left over for corner cleaners. Once you have all of the clan castle out, you're going to lure them to a corner using an archer or a barbarian, and then once it reaches that corner, if it's a dragon, right as it gets up to the archer or barbarian, take that out using 3 spaced out dragons. You can also use a poison here if you want. If you have a wizard with a dragon, just make sure you don't lose one of your dragons to that wizard. It's still really popular to put a dragon in a clan castle, so putting your 3 dragons on either side of it will take it down quickly, even without a poison. If there was a balloon in the clan castle, it's going to be pulled up there by that archer or barbarian, and it's going to be sitting there waiting for your dragons to take it down once the clan castle dragon is gone. If there is a wizard with that dragon, make sure you put a dragon on the wizard. I like to use the poison spell here because it makes sure that my dragons are close to full health as they head into the base, because the poison's going to slow down the attack rate of the enemy clan castle dragon. If you don't use your poison on the enemy clan castle, you can still use it against ground skeletons. You just need to make sure that those ground skeletons are going to stay in the area long enough, which is not always easy to do with the new poison change. Another option is to take an earthquake as backup, so if something happens to your hogs, they hit a bunch of spring traps or they path to a giant bomb and you have an air defense just hanging on by a thread. You have seen this a dozen times. You can use that earthquake on that air defense to save your attack. So just some options to think about. This attack is all about having the answer for all the unpredictable things that will get thrown at you. Once the clan castle is down and your dragons start to head into the base, you can quickly drop your remaining dragons on that same side, just spaced out a little bit from your clan castle killing dragons. You want your dragons targeting different buildings and not stacking up. If there is a building in the other corner of that side, you can start a dragon there too, so you don't have to worry about cleaning that up later. Get this part of the attack done quickly. Clan castle going down, drop your dragons, and then move your focus to the hogs. You're going to need to make sure that these hogs are deployed in a way that will get a massive group of them into the air defenses. So it may be that you deploy a set of hogs on each corner defense on that side you're attacking, and they'll take out the corner defenses and then move to the center defense, and then they'll be funneled into the center of the base. Depending on the base layout, you may need to be even more surgical than that and create an even wider funnel. Just don't get too carried away here. You need to get your hogs into the air defenses before the dragons get into that airspace. This works out really well if the air defenses are relatively close together. If they're not, then you may need to break up your hogs into 3 groups, each with their own air defense target and each with a hill to make sure they get their air defense down. Unlike a normal hog attack where you use your hill on the largest group of hogs, the hills are for the hogs that are on the air defenses. Even if you just have one hog that makes it to that air defense, make sure you keep a hill on him. Just that one hog in a hill can take down an air defense, and if those 3 air defenses don't go down, you've lost. This attack is extremely forgiving because even if so many things go wrong, as long as you get those 3 air defenses down, you've still got a pack of dragons doing cleanup. When I say forgiving, I mean it. While working on this attack, I've made some really dumb mistakes. We all do, right? Like dropping a hill on the clan castle and wondering why it's not dying, and then being like, oh, sorry hoggies, I guess you got 2 hills to get this done. And guess what? They did. Some of my clan mates, like are getting so good at this attack that he's doing it against the top max Town Hall 8 in our matchups without his Barbarian King and still getting 3 stars. I'm telling you guys, you're going to start seeing this hybrid coming at your base in a major way. And to be honest, I'm not really sure how you can defend against it. So, air defense destruction is absolutely key to this. If the air defenses are in the center, you need to path your hogs into the center. Take down the side defenses so your hogs path to the remaining center defense and then they head in. Keep in mind where Teslas could be. Plan on there always being one in those 2x2 spaces, because if there is one, that's going to lead your hogs off on a completely different path away from the air defenses. If the air defenses are spread out, you're going to need to use groups of surgical hogs to get to them. Using your Barbarian King in one of these instances to tank for your hogs is a great idea. You could also use a giant in the same way, but typically that's not necessary if you're using a hill for each pack of hogs on each air defense. But if the air defenses are really shallow, you can use your Barbarian King as a tank for your hogs, and that allows that pack of hogs to go in and take down the air defense without having a hill. This also comes in handy for the BBQ option. More unique bases like this may require a BBQ on air defenses, leaving you with 1 hill for your hogs. And in that case, where you're using the 2 lightning and the 1 earthquake on an air defense to take it out, you're likely going to need more dragons and 2 smaller packs of hogs to be target killers for those remaining 2 air defenses. So remember, it's the base that sets your army, not this strategy video. Your basic setup may be half and half, but when you get into scouting the base you're going to attack, you may need to favor one half of the hybrid over the other. A half and half Hogon is going to work best when you don't need to split up your hogs all over the base. Coming in from 2 or 3 different directions is going to wreak some havoc on your hogs, and even if they get to the air defenses, the problem is they're going to be picked off really quickly by having all the enemy's defenses able to target all of your hogs at the same time. So you're likely not going to get enough of the base down to allow just 5 dragons to finish it up. You want to attack a base like you're eating an elephant. 1 bite at a time. Don't start biting off bits all over the place because you'll find it's going to bite you back. Doing surgical hogs for shallower air defenses can be really great. If you're doing that though, you're going to need to keep your hogs ahead of your dragons. The problem you may run into with surgical hog attacks with dragon cleaners is not having enough hogs and not being able to get the hogs into the air defenses before the air defenses start to get to your dragons. If you need help with surgical hogs, I go into really great detail with that in the Town Hall 9 Go-Ho video. This isn't a throw down all your dragons on a Town Hall 7 and walk away. It's going to look like it took crazy mad skills to do, but truthfully, this is one of the easiest hybrids to master. This attack is going to require that you know your hogs and you know your dragons. So get friendly with those guys and understand how to use them. Make sure you've watched the Hog Rider tutorial. That's going to help you a lot with this attack. And then also the dragon tutorials. Know these tactics and how to best utilize them. Then you're going to be set for this and for my next video on BBQ dragons. All right, guys, that's going to wrap this one up. I'll be coming back to you soon with some of the do this, not that for this strategy to help you get it down even better. And if you have any questions, either leave a comment or download the Bindle app by going to classtutor.com/Bindle and join the room #ClashTutor. Share this video with your clan by telling them to go to classtutor.com/D3. Subscribe here on YouTube and follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll catch you next time.